you're watching Fat Man DD1, you dingus. Whatever he said.
Yo, this is your boy Fat Man. Alright, this is a very long video. Remember to like and subscribe for this. We're going to be talking about drama. So, everybody knows Sneako, right? Or as I call him, Sneako. Sneako is one of creators I used to like on the platform. When I say used to like, I used to like what he used to do. He no longer does that. Now he's on some weird platform that I'm automatically don't care about because, as I told you before, nobody goes on other platforms to support the creators unless they do want to. Then yeah, he's big over there. Good for you, Sneako. Good for you. But Sneako's been having a weird beef between him and Moist Critical. And these are everybody who says advocated for his cancellations, right? This is what he says. These are people who advocated for his cancellations. Number one, Hassan never advocated for Sneako's cancellation. Just chill the fuck out. This guy wanted people to mass report Sneako and fucking like get him off the platform. This dude never said, yo, you should be canceled. This dude never said it. 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 Hassan did say he wanted to debate Sneako, but I don't think that ever happened. And Moist Critical. Moisty, Charlie, the man himself, Penguin Zero, right? Charlie has very critical thoughts on certain things, but him and Sneako's beef is just, there's no beef there. Sneako commented that Charlie didn't like Cuties because it was clickbait, and he's seen it and he was like, oh yeah, this is just a coming of age story that's extra, which a lot of people said it's a coming of age story that's extra. Charlie is one of, I think, Sneako's most bigger critics compared to all of these guys in Ethan Decline, as he calls him, because he declined. I leave a comment here saying that Sneako basically says all of them advocated for his cancellation after he tags it under some weird ass image. So when we go back, Charlie says this, holy shit, you pathetic, sensitive soy little worm. I made fun of you for watching your girlfriend get effed by numerous other men and also insulted you for defending child P, which is cuties, but it wasn't child porn. That's, damn it, I said it. Whatever. That's not cancellation. That's just spitting on you for being pathetic and sad. Cuck. Calls him a cuck, right? Sneako says, you know in your soul you would never say that to my face. Personally, I think Charlie would, but that's me on a personal level, right? Charlie goes on to say some other stuff, right? So I guess this is where Charlie started, or I believe this is where it started in general, right? Sneako, all that stuff, right? Got your Discord, we'll still respondents, but so basically they were talking and shit like that. A lot of other people saying Charlie's yoiked up, he could fucking beat Sneako in the face and kick his ass. Sneako used to model and do a bunch of stuff for Nike. It's a lot of back and forth here, and this is how this is so fucking I'm sorry, bro. Sneako, look, listen, I know you working out, I know you're trying to get bigger, bro. It's not in your biology sometimes. Sneako is half black and I guess Filipino. But, bro, that's fucking crazy. Some people just cutting his ass right there, right? So, Sneako just wants beef. Sneako has problems. And he just wants beef with Charlie. And I personally don't get it, right? Charlie says he ain't got no beef with Sneako. Personally, I agree with him. That is true. And then Sneako would say, you would never say it to my face, blah, 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 right? Charlie comes out with a video. And in this video, it's kind of funny. Because I guess he addresses Sneako personally, like, listen, my nigga, leave me the fuck alone. Personally. And I ain't got no problem with that, addressing niggas, because Sneako's been trying to... Sneako says, if you want to see him and Charlie fight. Personally, I think I said this in the comments, you got beef, bro. That's your problem. I don't think Charlie got beef with you, because Charlie made fun of Fresh and Fit, Myron, because he said some story about him being at a party and an NBA player and blah, blah, blah. Even if that's true, bro, you can't tell stories because it just sounded so ridiculous. But that just is what it is. You need to get better at telling some fucking stories. Me, I could tell me some fucking stories. Yes, I'm very detailed, but I can still tell a fucking story. If I've done crazy, wild shit. I have done some stupid shit. Are they crazy and wild? They're dumb, but that's it. Sneako goes on to say this about Charlie. Soy Keyboy Warrior, Moist Critical. We all know he wouldn't accept a fight. Little bro is a 5'3", pasty gaming manatee. Have some empathy. What? Okay. What matters is how the most influential commentators have no specific beliefs. They never get canceled. They just talk. Why do you listen? I can answer this in the best way. I've said this before. I even said it when I commented right here, right? Personally, and this is my own personal belief, I do commentary. All I do is talk about the situation and add a little bit of what I feel and what I think of. And what I may believe, probably. But it's only commentary because I'm adding something to the conversation that is already there. The conversation is there. It's between the video I'm watching and my point on it and point of view and what I'm thinking of, right? That's it. I'm just adding something to the convo. There's billions of people that fucking do that on the channel of fucking YouTube, and when you commentate, you have to add something to it or be controversial. Charlie's different. He adds his opinion, he leaves in a whole lot of jokes and funny, but he lets you fucking know how he feels or what his views are, and that's probably it. But he also says, that's me just adding something to it. You could take it how you want it. That's the point. That's the fucking point in Voice of Commentary. Which, if I can remind all of you, Sneako was doing commentary on his own fucking channel when he was going live. Every time he was going live, he was watching videos and adding commentary. But he said, oh, his own personal beliefs. I necessarily don't know if these are Sneako's own personal beliefs or he's driving the money train because he's making bank. Even though that bank allowed him to get deplatformed off of YouTube, he's still on Instagram. He got his Twitter back thanks to Elon Musk and getting back on this spear because, well, shit happened, right? And does he pay for Twitter Blue or is he verified automatically? Let's see that. No, yeah, Sneako pays for Twitter Blue. This motherfucker is not verified. Sneako is not verified. He pays for that shit. So there's that. Now let's hear what Charlie has to say. If you're joining me, remember, yeah, click the like and subscribe button.
Hey Sneako, does this outfit look familiar? This is the same thing I wore last time I took you over my knee and spanked your bottom with some discipline. And I'm happy to report that these are back in stock and a lot more at moistglobal.com. Last time I talked about you, I used you for a merchandise push as well, so might as well stick with tradition. I bet just seeing me in this attire again has just sent you on a full-blown Winter Soldier episode with your eyes rolling into the back of your skull as you're experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder, because the first video I made on you offended you to such a high degree that you have not stopped whining since. It's already been 3 months, can you believe that? How time flies. You started shit with me by insulting me and my girlfriend out of nowhere, so naturally...
Right, I'm gonna catch you up back to that, right? Moist did a video talking about Myron's fucking weird ass story and lost in Miami about some fucking basketball player who invited him back and told him he could have his way with these bitches. And he was like, oh, word. He had threesome, all that shit, right? Moist was making fun of him. And Sneako's friends with Fresh and Fit. So he was coming to the defense like the White Knight. Just, I'm gonna save my nigga. And the story's true. And he was just cutting. He was kind of disrespecting Charlie here just by saying, oh, you're in a monog. Somebody DM'd him his girlfriend, Charlie's girlfriend. And it's like, oh, but he's in a relationship. Sneako was like, oh, guys like him can't understand monogamy. Look at his girlfriend. And I'm like, that had nothing to do with nothing, my guy. And it didn't. It had nothing to do with anything. It was like, it had nothing to do with nothing. Nothing at all to do with anything. And I fucking hate that. I love the fact that Sneako has good commentary, but I also hate the fact that now he's devolved into such a fucking moron. Not like he literally is a moron, but his takes have become small in the commentary community. I'm like, yo, bro, you were literally part of that. And if you guys don't get what I'm saying, here's the admin preach side of that video.
For some reason, he somehow gets lost in like this Winter Soldier episode, like this delusional fantasy where he starts making a statement on monogamy, which of course had nothing to do with the video I made.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna say names. Someone texted me. He's in a monogamous relationship.
And that looks like they're in Mardi Gras. That looks like they're basically in New Orleans. And I personally, I am in a relationship, right? If a nigga on the internet was like, oh, look at this bum ass nigga and his girlfriend, I would completely talk to you in person or in private. And I would tell you, my nigga, I don't know you. You coming at me like recklessly? Watch who you talk to. Don't show my info. Don't show my girl. Yeah, niggas know my girl, but don't come up disrespecting me. Now, Charlie a bigger man than me. I'd be like, hey, you could talk your shit. But in reality, Sneako would never say shit to Charlie's face. And that's on God. I'm from the Bronx. And I already know if a nigga and his girl's been together for a long time, blah, 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 and I do some shit like this on the internet, disrespectfully, and the nigga knows people that I know and he sees it, you don't think if I'm coming out my house on my old block and a nigga sees me, he ain't gonna press me? Sneako, you stupid? But Sneako's like, oh, Charlie not about that life. You don't know niggas. This internet shit is just for money making and having it fun. Ain't nobody got time to deal with your bullshit. But you gonna do this to the man and think, oh, fuck Charlie, fuck his girlfriend. Look at this guy. He don't know nothing about monogamy, being with multiple bitches. But you the nigga that literally said on a podcast, bro, I'm not even gonna go into it. You let other guys smash your girl. Nigga, that's crazy. Like, you don't understand that, bro? But you over here like, look at this man's girl, chat. And you don't even, are you even in a full relationship, Sneako? No. You in Miami fucking bitches with the Tate. Or you in Romania fucking bitches with the Tates and fucking like, oh, I'm a top G. Come on, bro. Aren't you all about marriage and hooking up with a woman and starting a family? This nigga's corny for that. Like, I've been using that now.
This is his girl. So there you go. I mean, I told you, like, I could hear it in your voice. The fact that someone doesn't have to abide by those rules. Someone could go and fuck a lot of bitches. That it's so foreign to a lot of people's ideas, because when you get brainwashed, when you get told that monogamy is the answer.
What the fuck are you even talking about? What does this have to do with anything? What does bringing up a picture of me and my girlfriend have anything to do with anything that has happened? And where is monogamy even coming from?
It's coming from nowhere. And I had to really look at this, like, Sneako is part of the red pill community. That means, like, they're philosophers, they know the information that the government has been hiding and all this other shit. And Sneako's one of the niggas that was like, oh, the government was looking at my stream. Like, they weren't looking at you, nigga. Please. Let's get back to the Charlie video. But off the cuff of that, you see how Sneako is a jackass. And Charlie's held his composure. Like I said before, if Charlie was any other dude I knew, Sneako, if he's ever back in New York and they run up on you, you will be singing a different tune. Point blank, period. Singing a different tune. Don't think because you working out and you got the strap in LA or fucking Miami, you think you the man. But when you leave and you go somewhere else, you ain't gonna have that strap, stupid. So, like, stop thinking you the man. Like, I get it. Sneako learned some boxing, blah, blah, blah. He trying to fight everybody because he think he macho fuerte. Bro, you ain't the man. You trying to be a man. I definitely know niggas that were at the same age as Sneako and they had their shit together. Yeah, they had some fucking kids out of wedlock, but niggas had their shit together. They were smoking their weed, but they were living their lives trying to get shit together, make their money and call it a day. Sneako out here trying to make enemies just because that's how he gets his name out there. His name is rumbling across YouTube because it sends people to his platform, which is Rumble. Was it Rumble or Kick? I fucking don't know. It's either one of those fucking platforms that Sneako is on. Personally, I don't care what you do to make people get eyes on you, because right now that is all Sneako can do, because he knows Rumble is not YouTube. He knows Rumble doesn't have the same number of people. He's constantly throwing his fucking videos out there. He's constantly tagging his Rumble, his creator, and I even call it a creator kit. What does he call it? His courses. He's constantly doing that just to get people to see him. Like, nigga, we see you, but you doing too much. Like, all that talk is cheap, Sneako, and if you can't back it up, my nigga, you gonna be laid out on the floor. And I ain't talking about getting punched. Just saying.
Naturally, I responded by making fun of you in return and showcasing the reasons why I don't respect you. But unfortunately, I failed to calculate just how much of a sensitive fucking loser you are, because this hurt your feelings to such a high degree it's become like an Armageddon in your brain. 3 months you have continued to melt down about this. The day after I posted my response, he went on stream and had a huge unhinged tantrum and meltdown about the whole thing, and then he sent some of his viewers over. So
Is he dancing with his gun? What the fuck? Is he dancing with a cigar and a gun in his mouth? I don't know. That's kind of weird, bro. Sit down.
I was joking with them, saying like, oh, you guys must have just stopped the Cutie's watch party over there at Sneako's stream, right? Welcome, cucks, that kind of shit. And it got really under his skin in a big way, so he started dancing around with the gun and threatening to come shoot me. So he kept saying, "Oh, you're in Tampa, right? I'll come see you," waving his gun around and dancing.
No chill.
You wanna watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips. You want me to watch your clips? Watch my clips.
I don't even know if I could show that gun. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know how Moist can get away with that. If YouTube don't take away this, shut down these videos, because that's OD, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And first of all, Sneako, you pussy, bro. I don't give a fuck. You a man talking about boxing and all this other shit, and I'm manly, and men, we handle it with our fists, but then you talk about having a gun. You not about that, bro. You've never shot a nigga. You never shot an animal, bro. You've been hitting targets, and real targets move. Stop playing these games. I'm dead ass. Like, I'm fucking serious. Like, these niggas is... He make New Yorkers look bad, and Sneako be repping New York, acting like he the blackest nigga in the world, when damn well no, you come from an okay family, you did well, you boosted yourself up there, you got there, nigga, but you full of ego now. You showing your fucking your clips, your gun shells. Like, calm down, brother. It's not that serious. What's worse about it is, his chat is blocked out, and that's not even from me. That's from fucking Moist. Because over there, they be wildin'. Like, you know, people say censorship on YouTube is crazy. No, censorship on YouTube is light compared to other platforms where motherfuckers start saying some racist, vulgar shit. And this man, I didn't even know if Moist was in Tampa, right? Tampa, Florida? Whatever it is. Is it Tampa, Florida? Probably not, right? He's in Tampa. That's crazy. That you're like, oh, I'm gonna come see you in Tampa. Nigga, calm the fuck down. Don't threaten nobody. Don't do no shit. I hope Sneako didn't open his mouth and say that. Because immediately, Moist knows, off the cuff, fuck with me, I'm killing you. I don't even want to say that on this channel, but that's what that means. Why am I mad at niggas? Because this is the shit I hate. It's like internet beef. This is real internet beef, where niggas be taken to the fucking brim. And niggas like Sneako be like, oh, I'm a top G making money. I got millions of dollars, blah, blah, blah. But you out here making fake beef that niggas just don't want to deal with you. But then you out here showing your yo, bro. You bugging.
These are the only clips I'm watching, you were?
Now, the reason he keeps saying watch my clips while threatening me here is because during the stream, I couldn't watch him live because he just kept shouting slurs. So I said, watch my clips to see what I was saying about you. I had to communicate via Twitch clips. And I'm sorry to be that guy. This is like the grammar police of guns. But he's a fucking imbecile. You absolute buffoon. What you have there is not clips. These are mags. They're mags, not clips. You absolute fucking dummy. The same way that this is also a mag. They're all mags. Stop saying clips. You look fucking stupid here. Anyway, sorry.
This nigga Charlie said, hold on 1 second. Nigga, he pulled out a Glock. That was a Glock. Bro, was that a Glock? Yo. Okay. This is when you know it gets real. This is when you know it gets to be a bigger point than it is. When Charlie is like, I have guns too, stupid. Also, mines are bigger. You know the Batman line? He's like, mine are bigger. Like, my guns are bigger than yours. Or he's like, my dick is bigger. It's either way you take it. It's a metaphor, right? Charlie's basically saying, don't fuck with me. That to any man out there that's an actual man will see this and be like, I ain't gonna fuck with him. I'm not about that life. And personally, I would agree with that. I'm not fucking with Charlie unless I actually could fight Charlie. Like, I'd be like, I could get a good hit in the ribs, maybe hit the invisible rib, right? Other than that, y'all niggas shouldn't be showing your guns. I really do think YouTube has a problem with that. I'm gonna be honest, unless I'm wrong, because this platform be kind of funny. But Sneako rolling up, doing all that dumb shit, that's some dumb shit.
For the gun anatomy lesson, he was very upset, so he was threatening to come shoot me, beat me up, all of that, because I hurt his feelings, and it's been festering for quite some time now. 3 fucking months. You love to bitch about how everyone's canceling you. These soy boy NPC bots are all canceling you. It's all you do. You treat the teenagers in your Discord like they're your goddamn therapist. just going in there to complain about the invisible boogeyman canceling you again, shaking your fist at the clouds. I also
It's like what is it? Is it Dan versus? Yeah, Dan versus like the TV show is like it's the funniest. If none of y'all ever seen it, go watch it. Dan versus the funniest animated shit out there, right? It was back in the day around like 2006, 7, right? Motherfucking Dan would have a bad day. He would curse something to the air, like curse you, fucking sub shit, like the mall security. It'd be the funniest shit ever. Sneako is basically Dan. Just like, fuck you people who canceled me when no one wanted him to be canceled. People have a problem with Sneako, that's fine. But nobody wanted Sneako to be canceled. They just be like, nigga, shut the fuck up. You sound stupid. That's it. Nobody wanted Sneako to be canceled. Except for those out there who did want him to be canceled. I personally don't agree with that. Because if you talk about free speech, then fine. But there's certain things freedom of speech does not cover. If you look at freedom of speech, it doesn't cover defamation. It doesn't cover certain things. That's just how the game goes. I didn't make that up. It's in the fucking law. You can go look that shit up your damn self. Sneako did wow the fuck out. He didn't like the jab, taking the shot. He's for being weird. And then he did do some simulation sex shit on another YouTuber. But he was talking how she needed to be fucked. And he was kind of wilding out. And he was fucking like a virgin. That's what Abba said. Off the cuff of that, him and Charlie having beef is just crazy. Like, it's wild. Like, bro, sit down. You in a corner and you yelling. And Sneako's off in his corner of the internet. He's off on Rumble. Rumble? It's Rumble. He's off over there yelling, screaming, cursing, banging his head against the fucking wall. He's over there. But Charlie's over here, still platformed, and you're the nigga over there yelling because you didn't get it your fucking way. Nigga, what the fuck did I do to you? Niggas, no one celebrated your cancellation. Nobody did. And you have no proof that they celebrated your shit. You can't find it. You can't pull it up. There's nothing out there. I've seen it all. And nobody said Sneako should get canceled except that one guy who was like, people should mass report his channel. That guy was stupid. That was a complete violation of the YouTube's rules. But other than that, nobody wanted Sneako to get canceled. They did want Sneako to just chill the fuck out, change his content and angle it differently so you can stay on the platform and make your money. Charlie may have made fun of Sneako for talking about, he may have made fun of cuties and how Sneako defended it and how Sneako got cucked. But other than that, it's not fair for you personally to come out and be like, oh, they wanted me deplatformed. No, they didn't. And you have no proof of that. You just feel that they didn't like you because you were the edgy lord. Which, I get it, you can be edgy in this modern time, but you need to learn how to be edgy and keep your money. You know what I'm saying? Personally, that's how I feel, because I can say shit. I'm platform. I can say what the fuck I want, and I ain't gonna get deplatformed unless I violated some stuff or I said my opinion too loud and how I felt on something, which it could just be an opinion. I ain't stating it as fact. And Sneako stated most of these things as it is a fact, but it's not.
Also love that you treat this Discord server like it's your PR team, so you have them work on your responses on Twitter because you're not witty enough to come up with anything on your own. You have no ability to banter. You can't insult anyone. Anytime you're pushed, all you fall back on is one of three things: soy boy, bot, or NPC, and that's it. You never deviate from this path.
That is really, that is Sneako, yeah. Soy boy, bot, NPC. But at the same time, those are kind of his like arguments. It's kind of like a political person bringing out only 3 arguments. And those are his 3 main arguments. If he calls you a bot and says you're just an NPC, I think they're the same fucking shit. But Sneako has a completely different fucking type for that. Then he'll call you a sheep. He'll say everything underneath the fucking water that lives there to be like, this is what you are. I'm like, what is it? A bot, NPC, soy boy, sheep, follower, little bitch. Like, okay, Sneako, is that it? Yeah. I'm like, okay. Like, that's what Sneako will do. And it's his 3 simple tactics that he wins in an argument, kind of. He really doesn't win an argument. He doesn't really have arguments that are steady. I've seen Sneako talk, and there has not been a single argument there, except on a Fresh and Fit podcast, where they just argue. I don't know the women they bring on the podcast, but I think some of them chicks are stupid. I really do think they be talking and arguing over some dumbass chicks who don't know anything. And if they brought some women who were actually intelligent, who were actually at the top of the leaderboard on money, they would disrespect these guys. I'm just saying. I'm personally, that's what I think. But other than that, Sneako been wildin'. And those are his 3 arguments. And they never change. Never.
Which is ironic because you're like literally a sheep. You have 3 programmed responses. You're like the absolute worst character, side character in an MMO. It's pathetic. But I'm getting sidetracked. You love to be super public about how much you hate antidepressants and you shit on anyone who takes antidepressants. But with the way you talk in your Discord server, I'm pretty convinced that you're only 2 or 3 messages away from asking your community to source antidepressants for you under the table to help with all this mental anguish you're going through. And I think that'd honestly be a good idea. It might help you. But I'm putting the cart before the horse here. How did we get to this point? Well, I made that video about Sneako, and I fully planned on that being the only time I ever talked about this asshole. I really did. All I wanted to do was highlight why I personally don't respect him. I know a lot of people criticize me for not tackling his points, and to that I say, bah humbug, this fucking goober didn't make any points.
He really didn't. All Sneako just kind of said, and I've watched Sneako for a while before he got canceled, and his main argument with Charlie here was the fact that Charlie never stuck up for, like, none of the bigger creators stuck up for him being kicked off, which is not true. Abba told this motherfucker, watch out. And then also that Moist doesn't add anything or doesn't believe that one of the Fresh and Fit dudes, Myron, was it Myron or was it Fresh? Or was it Fresh? I fucking don't know. Maybe it was Fresh. Doesn't believe one of Fresh's stories, which personally, I wouldn't have believed that fucking story either. But you know them. You can vouch for them. I'd be like, I would have just left the comment like, oh, nah, it's true. No, he told me about it, and I met the girls, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. Sneako could have left it like that, but Sneako was white. You know how they call niggas online white knights? Are they white knighting for some bitch? Are they like coming to the rescue? That's what Sneako was doing for one of these niggas, because they're the only reason he can make money for besides Rumble and whatever else his fucking course. I think, and I believe this, Sneako works with them, cuts some type of check or money with them when he shows up, and they split that shit with him. Because obviously he's making that income and he can't be on YouTube because he got banned off of YouTube. And there's no way for him to fucking argue with YouTube on why they banned him. They didn't really explain that, but still. He's pissed at Charlie for that. Anything else would just be not a single argument. He never really stated why. But then he'd just be like, I want to fight him. I could fuck him up. Him and Hasanabi. Which I'm like, bro, it's not a big deal. But at the end of it, it looks like that. And personally, I get it. Sneako has his fair of issues. But that doesn't mean you're going to attack Charlie, come at his girlfriend, and think you're just going to walk away. And Charlie let it go. He cut his ass. He's like, fuck this nigga. But then Sneako just kept going. And didn't really have an argument. That's what I've seen.
All he did was insult me and my girlfriend. He insulted me and my girlfriend because I made fun of one of his friend's blatantly fake stories. He resorted to childish name-calling like, I'm ugly, and I don't go outside. That's not making any points. Like, what am I supposed to debunk there? No, actually, my mom thinks I'm handsome, and so does my girlfriend, so you're wrong, factually wrong. There's nothing to debunk. The whole point of the video was highlighting why I don't respect him. I'll go ahead and briefly give you a previously on Dragon Ball Z lore recap to bring you up to speed on the points I was making for why I think he is a pathetic piece of shit, and his opinion holds no value in my eyes. Is because he publicly defends Cuties as one of his favorite movies. Cuties was a Netflix film that used real child actresses in sexual situations, so they sexualized real children. A fact that Sneako himself acknowledges, but writes off as being okay because it's realistic, because in the real world, children get sexualized. I'll
add just a little bit to this. Cuties was hyper sexualized, but it was also a commentary on our world when it came to anything that involved a motherfucking cell phone. When it came to social media and anything that involved this, it was about why kids and social media and anything out there with music, other women, other platforms kind of influence those kids to make them do rash things, grow up too early and too soon, and don't understand that it's their childhood now, and when they get older, life will basically unfold you like a piece of paper. And you know what I'm saying? If you're on a straight and narrow, life just kind of fucks you up and crumbles you, and you have to unfold yourself to get back on that straight and narrow. It's a weird metaphor, but that's kind of what the movie was going for. They were going for that really exaggerated youth story, but it was so extra to the point where they did have real kids. It's a French movie made in France, and it's too much because Netflix did clickbait and use that title, Cuties, but they should have used the French name, which I think sounded better. And then they used an image from the movie, but they kind of photoshopped it and made that the title or the front cover when that was never the front cover. They completely changed it to like the girls going shopping, and like it was the first cover was nice. If I can find it, it'll be right here. And the second cover was just kind of corny. So Netflix really did clickbait people. Like they did really do that, but the story has to be more compelled and pushed forward. And the story was, what I've heard from other people, it was okay, but it was too over exaggerated, too over hyper exaggerated to the point where, is this real or more fantasy? And I was like, well, it can't be fantasy. It's got to be a little more real. But they said the situations the girls would do would not seem like something an actual little girl would do. And I said, well, you got to look at it when you have the internet, you have phones, you have followings, you're dancing, and you're also doing things that kids usually do, and they pick on each other. There's stuff in that movie that does have these harsher undertones of adulthood, but they also are pushing it towards kids and seeing how the world pushes a lot of things on kids before they get to a certain age, then they develop more mental issues. Which is true. Look that up. That's kind of Sneako's argument-ish, but Charlie was like, nah, this is child pornography. What he says, I necessarily don't think it's that, but a lot of people told me it was just too exaggerated to be a good fucking movie. And I said, okay, what should they have done? Someone said it should have been actual like 16 to 17-year-olds or 18-year-olds actually leaving high school and getting into the field of dancing and then growing up and having those problems. But I'm like, we've already seen those. They said, yeah, those are classics. They don't go out of style and they win fucking awards. And I was like, eh. But that's neither here or there. That's kind of the whole Cuties thing. But Charlie didn't like it because it was straight up wrong and they were using real kids and no. And I'm like, I feel you, but their parents also did sign off on this and they let it happen and they wanted their kids to get their first shine of like movie and fame. And I guess the director had to talk to their parents about some of the stuff that was happening. Most of these were kids and most of their parents were on set and they were talking to them and talking to the director and back and forth. There's a lot of communication here. Just look up most of the stuff about the actresses and their parents and all the other stuff. It's all online. Let's continue.
I'll say it again. Regardless of what the intention of the film was, they missed the mark because what ended up happening is they sexualized the child actresses. That is a problem. Full stop. Even if the message was supposed to be the opposite, they still ended up contributing to the very problem they were speaking out against.
I watched Cuties last night and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I went in ready to hate like everybody else. I saw the cover and I got clickbaited. So did you. You got clickbaited. The thing about Cuties is it's not an unrealistic film. Like, yes, it shows children in a sexual way, but this is not unusual now. And the people who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z.
Imagine.
But Sneako is not wrong. The people that are mad at it are not Gen Z. The people that are mad at it are someone a little more older. If my mom would have seen that, she'd have been like, that cover looks fucking stupid. But if I watched the movie, I'd be like, it was still stupid. But because they didn't flesh it out better and they didn't really run with it, because kids are being a little more sexualized in this modern era, or being told being told they're adults, which kids are not fucking adults. They're like half pint-sized stupid little shitheads. If that kid can walk and he still has a pacifier, you better take that shit out of his fucking mouth. Personally, in itself, the movie expresses what it expresses. Hyper over exaggerated, yes. Is it fair? Should that be on television or an online streaming service? Yes, because it got fucking passed. Who are you going to be mad at? Be mad at Netflix? Be mad at the director? Or be mad that it all got manipulated? this is one of the arguments that Sneako did come up with. And Sneako said he got trolled. We all did. I believe him if I actually sat down and cared about the movie. But I heard a lot of the backlash. I watched a lot of reviews. And I personally didn't really care anymore because I was just like, I knew it was a coming of age story by watching the trailer. I'm like, oh, it's okay. It's a coming of age story. It's a coming of age story. I'm okay with that. Any coming of age story leaves it to be held to a higher standard of conversation. Let's continue.
Claiming children in sexual positions is clickbait. Yikes. That's rough.
I think the cover was clickbait, which it was.
You admit that the children were sexualized. That is bad. Okay? That means the movie failed in its mission.
The movie's mission was to... A friend of mine's told me the movie did what it was supposed to do, but its message wasn't clear. Its message was sexualized. Kids are sexualizing themselves because what they see on the internet and what they see from music and what they see that other people or other boys want to see or what they may want. And their look online kind of misconstrues what they think they should be for boys to be attracted to them, older men to look at them, or for music and dancing in general, and maybe how they get inspired. And I asked my friend, I'm like, that's kind of corny. She said, yes, not really corny or stupid, but it's more like, how does a child do all these things that they don't understand, right? They can't compute it, but they're like, oh, a guy likes me to be super skinny, but they like my boobs out and they like my butt, so I have to arch my back. And how do you arch your back? And how do I get my dancing better by doing a split? Like, she was kind of telling me, if you ever look at girls in middle school, they don't have makeup. But when they reach high school, they're starting to dab on tons of makeup up until college. I said, okay, yeah. She said it's because their parents started buying the makeup when they hit the 9th grade. After the 9th grade, they started doing their makeup. They started feeling pretty, all that stuff. Next thing you know, they're coming to school looking bam. They're showing some cleavage, all this stuff. Girls are seeing what men want because they're looking at music videos, looking at magazines. They see it. These little girls in the movies, they're doing the same damn thing, but it's to a hyper extension that, yes, they're sexualizing themselves, is because in the movie, it takes the road that the boys or whoever they're around sexualize them in the dancing scene. And Abba Preach kind of may have added on to this a long time ago that the dancing scene sexualizes a lot of people. A lot of people in the dancing scene sexualize themselves, or it's very sexual or it's sensual. It's not supposed to be like that, but sometimes it can be. And personally, that's crazy. But that's neither here or there. Once again, that was the theme of the movie. And if some people, I'm not trying to pass for cuties. I'm just trying to explain at the lowest level, that is it. Charlie, his mind is already closed off to it, that it's wrong and it's sexualizing kids, period, point blank. That's garbage. True. But what it's doing is it's almost showing that in the movie that why kids are sexualizing themselves because of what other people think, because of the media, such and such.
I don't know what you don't get about that. But regardless, I'm not here to just keep hammering home the same points. Another thing that I talked about for a reason I don't respect him is because he battles with his own sexuality. He is very public about how he used to go to these swinger parties. I think he says 4 in total over the course of like 2 weeks, where he watched his girlfriend get fucked by other men. Even telling the story of how he was literally in the bed watching his girl get fucked by a different man, moaning intensely, and it was traumatizing. Yet he recommends that everyone should try it at some point for some reason.
Because this was, imagine seeing the girl you love, like,
get fucked.
Get fucked.
You love her?
Yeah, I do. I love her. I was about to say I love this bitch. I'm like, no, let me not say that. I love my wifey, my queen.
And you allowed the love of your life to get fucked by another man.
What happened to the other women?
I'm crazy. The first time, as soon as I saw it, like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I'm just like, I can't.
3 pumps, nigga. You counted the pumps. You counted nigga go 1, 2, 3. You counted him. First of all, 3 pumps and I gotta leave is crazy. Nigga said 3 pumps and I'm out is wild, bro. It's the 3 pumps and I left for me. That's crazy, son. Oh, nah, G.
Like feeling traumatic thoughts, like seeing her with another person. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I think it's something everybody should do just to test. No! You know what?
So my point.
Sneako, being prolific, is trying to say you need to go to swinger parties to test your relationship and to test how strong your relationship can be if you can stand there and watch your girl get smashed by somebody else. If you allow that. Personally, I ain't for that. I would not want that because your relationship has to be very open for you to just see another man put his Johnson inside of your girl and fuck her in front of you. That's crazy. That's being cucked. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that. I'd be like, look, nah, bro, nah, I can't deal with that. Because number one, if you care about a woman and you care about her, cool. If you don't, yeah, get fucked. I'm about to, the moment I leave, the moment I'm with my girl and I see that, I'm fucking about like 5, 8 bitches in front of me. Someone's getting nutted on. Stand in a circle. Like, no, you crazy. Because that's testing your relationship if you have a strong one. If you're in an open relationship and you care about this person deeply, go do a swingers party. You're in an open relationship, make sure that you're prepared for anything that comes out of that because you don't know that. That environment is dangerous. You are going, maybe they have condoms. I'm probably bugging. But that's a crazy thing to be in. And Sneako is going in hands and feet all the way.
Point with this was, why is this the guy that's lecturing everyone on their relationships, shitting on people's relationships, when he himself is in one that makes him very upset and he can't come to terms with it?
True.
Now, if he's open about being a cuck and happy and proud to be a cuck, that's fine. But he's not. It makes him mad every single time. So, why the fuck is this insecure guy the one that's the moral authority on healthy relationships all of a sudden? That was the point of me bringing up that clip. Now, that was basically the whole video. I summed it up real quick. All I pointed out is I don't respect his opinion because he defends a movie I consider to be child porn. I think any film or any production that has real children being sexualized should be classified as child porn.
He can say that. I probably do agree with you. If it was classified as actual child pornography, then yes. But I can say this for the most part. We can say the same thing about any movies that sexualize teenagers in America, any movies that sexualize adults. Yes, it's not child porn, but any type of sexualization, it's still a pornographic type of thing, right? Teenagers making out. Oh, wow, yeah, this teenage girl took off her top. Oh my God, it's a rated R movie with teenage girls' titties. And find out that they're actually teenagers, but they're like under 16 or some shit. Oh, wow, we just watched child pornography. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's a little redundant at this point. Yes, Charlie's hardcore, like, no, that's crazy. And I can't agree. If I wasn't open-minded to filmmaking and movies, and if their fucking parents didn't sign off on it. Their parents that signed off on it was like, yeah. And their parents, which I heard in other articles, their parents were with them the entire step of the way. They talked, the director talked with the parents about certain scenes. Yeah, it's fine. And maybe it's just the French because they're more open-minded than others. That's fine, but it's a little harsher situation, right? And if you ever watch Cuties, it's just about a girl from a religious family that joins a dancing group and that friction and shit just happens. Charlie didn't like that, but it can be said for anything else in America that involves teens, kids, and sexualizations. Even with Stranger Things, we watched those kids grow the fuck up, get into relationships, make out, and at some point, now they're grown-ass kids that we just watched their entire evolution on television for the years to come, and then now, for some reason, they're making out and touching each other in naughty ways in the show eventually. Isn't this child pornography that we just watched to see for the end of it? No. But someone's going to say this is wrong and this is the devil. Some bullshit. Personally, is what it is. Let's continue. Let's continue.
That's how I view it. Maybe your definition's different, but that's how I personally view that kind of content. So him defending that was beyond reprehensible to me. And him being very public with his cuckoldry and how scarring it has been, it should be a lesson, an example that
Jesus.
he himself is not great when it comes to relationships and all these things. And I posted that, and it made him extremely upset, and he hasn't.
Oh yeah, what is it? Sneako got pissed off at, what is it? D'Angelo Wallace said something to Sneako, one of his old comments, that Sneako was a fuck boy. And Sneako got pissed at that, like, who the fuck are you to judge my relationship and call me a fuck boy? When Sneako did cheat on his girlfriend, they didn't see each other, and I think 3 weeks passed, and then he went fucking somebody else. He couldn't wait for her, because I think she lives in London, and he lived, obviously, in New York at the time. And then he ended cheating on his girlfriend. Personally, that's wild. You didn't really care about her. Then he got a new girlfriend, and then I guess she's the light-skinned girl, light-skinned Spanish, Puerto Rican chick sitting in the back of his old videos, right? I think she eventually just kind of goes home most of the time, but she would be there as he's kind of working, doing his thing. And I think she lives with him in his new apartment. I can't even tell you, man. I've only seen her, like, give spaghetti to some guy he was talking to. They're still together, I guess. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Unless they have an open relationship, then it's up in the air at this point. Maria, that's her name, Maria. But when it came down to that, she twerked one time in front of the camera, shook her butt. And Sneako got pissed. Like he was actually done. Like, yo, chill the fuck out. Then he fucking played a video where he'd find out if he was gay, and next thing you know, the video, like whatever website he was on, proved that Sneako was gay. And it was funny. He was like, I'm gay. Like, it's the funniest shit out there. But it was funny. Moments like that in his relationship, Sneako's a dickhead. But his girl was like, wow, you had sex with someone. You couldn't wait for 3 weeks. He was like, 3 weeks is a long time. And I'm like, no, nigga. Waiting for someone is a commitment. If you love or care about that person, the way he talked about this girl getting fucked in a swingers party, you wouldn't be cheating. But that's just me telling the truth. From a man who's been in a 6-year relationship. I've been in a longer relationship than Sneako, right? That just is what it is. And coming from me, back in the days, motherfuckers was like, oh, you ain't never going to get a girl. And then I had me some girls. I had me some fun. It just is what it is. Sneako over here like, oh, I loved her. Yeah, but you watch her get fucked. Love is not just watching someone get bent over because you care about them. It's also making a couple sacrifices. Then he got pissed that he was called a fuckboy. And then Sneako is the one giving out relationship advice saying men can't be with one woman. I don't know about that. There's certain animals in nature that mate for life. It's just two fucking creatures and that's it. Call it a day. And there's men out here who want to sleep with multiple women. There's polyamorous relationships. There's a guy with 2 women in his relationship. Sometimes that works. Other times it doesn't. Remember the one girl and about like the other 4 guys, and one of them ended up killing her, punching the shit out of her baby, or almost killing her baby? Yeah, that dude got jealous because there was too many. He wasn't getting enough of fucking attention. And I think the child was his, by the way. It's a Gundam made a whole video about that. Go check it out. It was wild. But that, honestly, that's where it ends up from a giant argument between both of these guys. Damn.
Stop fucking crying about it for 3 months. So, fast forward to 2 days ago. I was streaming a Moist Esports tournament, and I went up to go to the bathroom. I had to take a shit. It was a double flusher, so I was on the toilet for quite some time. And I saw a Sneako post that he's posted quite a few times now, and I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not doing anything else right now on the porcelain throne. I'll play in the pig pen. So I did. For 3 months now, Sneako has had this adorable little collage that he made that looks like it's straight out of a 16-year-old girl's diary with pictures of boys from her class that she doesn't like. All about people that have hurt his feelings. This is his wall of shame for people that have insulted him online.
I've showed you guys this in the beginning and kind of broke down the story before we ended up here. I tried my best to give you as much information as I could. Hopefully, it worked.
What's even sadder about it is he purposely leaves out people that he's afraid of. So, Turkey Tom, for example, made a whole video talking about Sneako and how pathetic he is. And Sneako tried to talk a big game to him, even challenged him to a debate, which Turkey Tom accepted with jubilation. He was ecstatic. And then Sneako kept ducking him, ghosting him.
Oh, yeah, Turkey Tom video. Check that in the description.
So he leaves Turkey Tom off of this list because he's afraid to actually talk to him. And he also leaves off quite a few other people, but the most notable other one that is comical for the absence is Brandon Buckingham. Brandon Buckingham is an internet content creator that's...
Brandon Buckingham did, I think it's Brandon Buckingham, my bad. So I'm mixing up Turkey Tom and Brandon Buckingham. Brandon Buckingham did say some shit about Sneako, and Sneako was like, oh, Brandon Buckingham said he gonna rape my girlfriend, which never happened. Brandon Buckingham made a joke like, me and my boys are gonna run a train on your girl, because the way she was flirting with him and his friends, and that's funny. But Sneako lied about it, that Brandon Buckingham said he was gonna rape his girlfriend, which that's kind of fucked up. Never happened.
Sneako lied about for a long time, and they had a lot of beef, and Brandon Buckingham actually challenged him to a fight. And Sneako is very fearful of him. We'll get into that more in depth in a moment, but I just need to set the stage a little bit here with this collage. So after seeing this for the 100th time in the last 3 months, I finally just said, holy shit, you pathetic, sensitive, soy little worm. I made fun of you for watching your girlfriend get fucked by numerous other men, and also insulted you for defending child porn. That's not cancellation. That's just spitting on you for being a pitiful, sad cuck. And this puppy really blew up on Twitter in a big way. Now, I will say it again. What I did and what I am doing right now is not canceling you, Sneako.
Damn.
I am insulting you. I am making fun of you. Something that you were supposed to be a huge proponent of, right? Wasn't like one of your big things like bullying needs to be brought back. So now that I'm making fun of you...
Yeah, Sneako said that. Sneako said bullying needs to be brought back. And no offense, it doesn't, because this bullying still is happening. I feel like he was saying that because the way people need to be pushed to kind of like push their levels or like their maturity and be a little more mentally stronger, grow some thicker skin. Which nowadays, I believe people just need a more thicker skin, which is true. Like, fuck, I could tell you guys, I had a whole argument online about, Elliot Page, because Umbrella Academy Season 2 came out, and I talked about how Elliot Page had to look like Ellen Page because the show needed him to look like how he used to as a girl. Somebody that followed me at the time, who I didn't know was trans, came to me and said, oh, you can't use their dead name. I didn't know what the fuck a dead name was. So I'm over here like, what the fuck is a dead name? Long story short, we get into an argument about like, well, it's not a big deal. I just made a comparison to something, which was small and simple. Like, oh, he has to look like she for the show, and the show will change around their look that they look like in real life, which is perfectly fine, which they did, but they didn't. I felt like it was really unrealistic inside of Umbrella Academy that none of the brothers, the sister didn't ask questions. That wasn't a staple of a real family. Because when he came out, Vanya was Victor, and nobody questioned, except for maybe Luthor was like, oh, this is a big moment. Should we get him something? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, if Vanya changed, if my fucking sister today, my sister came out and said, I'm no longer this, I'm this, I would have been like, where the fuck did that come from? You know what I'm saying? I would be asking more questions. Some people says, oh, it's not your right to ask questions. I'm like, you're my family member. This just comes out of nowhere. I want to know. That was unrealistic at the whole fucking hotel table, like for really unrealistic shit. For itself, that's a conversation, right? I got into a whole argument with a person. They told me, I'm trans, you should listen to trans people. And I'm like, well, you're not listening to me, and I just made a small example. If this example pisses you off and I use their name, which is not, we don't know Elliot Page. He don't know Elliot Page. I don't know Elliot Page. I'm only using what it is. They're like, a dead name is a dead name. Got into a whole fucking argument over this, and that felt like I was picking on them, or I was attacking them or targeting them, which I wasn't. So in itself, that's like one of those bullying moments. And they were picking on me because they weren't listening to me. They were just like, oh, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And I'm like, I am not wrong. I just made a suggestion. You feel that I'm wrong, but I'm not. And it just turned into that. Then somebody else ran up my DMs and somebody else talked to me. It was wild. It was wild. Sneako advocates for just bullying people to grow some tougher skin. I think that's okay, but you shouldn't advocate for bullying. You should tell motherfuckers you need to get in the ring and get punched by somebody and fight someone and grow some mental and physical skin as you get into fights. I've learned this in martial arts. Physical contact will help you to build up your mental fortitude and physical, because when that punch comes, all you could do is take it, dodge out of the fucking way, and then give back a punch. You got 3 options. The 4th won't be to run the fuck away if there's too many people, point blank. It's like the whole Jake Paul situation where Jake had to run because there was too many people. Even if you're the best skilled martial artist, I've learned, and I've been told this by many martial artists, if there's too many people, you got to get the fuck out of there. Just is what it is. Protect your life because you don't know what's about to happen. You don't know if they're going to jump you, take your shit, kill you. Nah, fuck out of there. Run. You could take on maybe 1 to 2 people. 4 to 5 or 6 niggas? Nah, fuck out of there. You ain't skilled enough. And even then, you're still not skilled enough to take on that many people. No, I believe no martial artist in the world is that skilled to take on that many people. I'm just saying. So Sneako out here really advocating for bullying when Charlie, all he's done is just been kind of talk shit to Sneako, basically, and make fun of Sneako, which is fine. Everybody's made fun of Sneako. Sneako may just take it in a different way, like any other fucking way.
What, all of a sudden now it's off limits, now it's canceling? You have become the SJWs that you criticize so much. I don't know how you don't realize that. We continue. He says, "You know in your soul you would never say that to my face." To which I respond, "You literally have a collage of people that hurt your feelings on the internet. You haven't stopped whining about me for months now, you goofy NPC. Even if you beat my ass in a fight, it doesn't change the truth. You're still a cuck who also defends child porn." I think this is important to talk about, and I just talked about it recently. When you are getting your feelings hurt and your immediate response isn't to fire back with insults, jokes, whatever, it's to challenge someone to a fight, you've taken a huge L. You've shown that the person has got under your skin, and the only thing you can resort to is a caveman brain of, "I'll beat you in a fight." Sneako, you beating me in a fight doesn't unfuck your girlfriend from the numerous men that had sex with her in front of you. It doesn't do anything. Everything I've said still stands. Nothing changes. It doesn't even salvage your ego. All it is a pathetic fucking attempt at attention. And I don't think you believe half the things you talk about. I really think Sneako just panders as much as possible.
I believe that too. I ain't gonna lie. I do believe that. I do believe Sneako panders. I ain't gonna lie. But we all kind of do pander in a sense of form, right? It just is what it is. I don't make a lick off of YouTube, but I want to be the guy to make that money. I want to make my own money so I don't have to worry about a job. This can be my job. I can sit in front of a computer and talk my shit. But when it comes down to it, somebody's got to pander. Somebody's got to sell something. Somebody's got to kind of, I don't want to say turn their morals, but kind of look at something and say, well, I need to pay my bills. It's kind of like how we all live. I don't think Charlie here needs to pay his bills that badly because he's got a big fucking house with a lot of fucking rooms that he's in constantly, and the man lives pretty well on some pretty awesome shit. So personally for me, it is what it is. Man's got it. But when it comes to Sneako, he's out here getting pissed at people who he feels they wanted him to be canceled. And I said this in the beginning. Nobody advocated his cancellation except for one guy who was like, report this dude. And that's one dude on the collage I pointed out. Personally, on that end, that's all it is. Everybody else just told Sneako, shut the fuck up, my nigga. You don't know what you're talking about. Or, okay, cool, we can debate. Because it's prime content. That's all it is. KSI was like, well, I told him to chill the fuck out or he's going to get booted. I don't think Sneako violated YouTube's guidelines, but at the same time, a bunch of other people said he kind of did because he posted on his other channel when YouTube stopped him from posting on his regular channel. He did it on his other channel, which was a violation of the guidelines. So that was the immediate third strike. And I was like, really? So I didn't know that. I have like multiple channels, so I don't know that in itself. But that is something that's happened to Sneako. He got booted off of YouTube, and then I think it was Twitter, but then Twitter reinstated him after Elon took over, and he pays for the blue check mark. He's not even verified, which is crazy that he's not officially verified because the only way to get verified is to run it through Twitter because everybody was talking about him. That Star Wars girl is legitimately verified, and she was getting talked about by everybody, everywhere, like, nigga, damn, why you paying for it? That's a...
He himself doesn't even stand by the things he talks about. I really don't think he has any beliefs of his own. He just echoes what he thinks is going to get him the biggest audience / the most money. That's what I think.
He's not lying.
So this puffing out his chest of challenging me to a fight is clearly attention. That's what it feels like. Because you don't have the same energy for Brandon Buckingham. Brandon Buckingham is more than willing to fight you any day of the week.
Word.
But with him, you don't want to do that. For some reason.
So
why?
Beat his ass. It'll beat his ass. I've seen the Brandon Buckingham fight. Brandon Buckingham looks like he got knuckles and he can fight and he can move too. So it's not just about like Sneako could fight him. He can't fight him because Sneako's not that skilled. I don't think Sneako took his boxing training very serious. I still don't think he takes his boxing training very serious. It just is what it is. Sneako's not ready for someone like Brandon. Brandon might take his head off. Simple. 1, 2, 3. And he's not built like Brandon Buckingham. That's why Sneako is working out to be built. He's in a... What type of weight division is he in? He's in like a lighter weight division. He's not in I can't say a heavyweight division. More like how Jake Paul's like 183, 100 pounds. Sneako look like a $150. Like maybe like a $120. Like you look like if you're bigger and taller than him, you could knock him the fuck out. Sneako's trying to build mass to maybe one day be like, oh, I definitely can take you on now. But that's not going to really help him. That's why he's not going to fight Brandon. He's not big enough. Muscle exterior.
Do you not stand by your beliefs when it comes to Brandon Buckingham? He has said all the same things about you that I am saying about you. So why is he exempt? Why don't you want to fight him? That's so weird. This is what you said about Brandon Buckingham and fighting him.
And then finally, when Brandon Buckingham is down to meet Sneako, he's there to box him. They're both similar sizes. Sneako would now rather just sit at home and tell jokes behind his computer.
I'd rather sit at home and yell at a camera, tell jokes than, risk my manhood falling flat for Brandon Buckingham, if I lose the fight.
So now it's suddenly cool to just stay at...
That's the most pussy shit I heard. And if Sneako has said this and stood by this, personally, nigga, that gun shit you be waving around, put that shit down and really learn that you ain't shit. Now, and that's Sneako back then when he was living in New York, living somewhere in Harlem, bro. Off the cuff of what it is, my guy. Or now he's living in Brooklyn. Off the straight reality of what it is. If you not about that, you know you gonna get fucked up. So why you out here talking about you want to fight niggas? Because if Moise said, listen, I'm gonna fuck you up, straight up and simple, stop playing with me, you would definitely be putting down, you got it. You would be doing that. Stop being pussy. This is pussy activity right now, my nigga. This is the most pussy bitch-made shit I've ever seen in my life. And there's niggas out there that looked at me and I was like, I'm pussy. And I was like, okay, try me. That's it. There's nothing in the fucking world I hate than shit like this. This is why I got mad at Sneako for apologizing to Hamza when the nigga talked shit about your fucking brother and he was disrespecting you in your relationship. And you were looking at and you fucking apologized to this nigga. No, be a fucking man and stick by your word. Yeah, Sneako was trying to grow. Like, oh, don't we believe in growth? Yeah, I believe in growth, but I'm not having... That nigga never apologized to you, never said he was sorry, but then you came up to him. Then he finally was like, yeah, my bad. No, fuck out of here with that shit. If nigga didn't come out his fucking mouth, I would have deaded his shit. Period. I would have deaded Sneako too. Like, you out here talking crazy and you can't back that shit up. Stop talking stupid and reckless. The fuck is wrong with you niggas? Period. I don't give a fuck. I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood where I don't have time to talk to niggas. If you want something, let's bring it. Stop playing with me. I don't talk, nigga. I will smack the shit out of you. I don't have time for that shit. And this niggas like Sneako is like, you from my city, but you acting real fake and bitch made. Stop that shit. Stop that shit. You're looking bad for New York. Anybody who associates themselves with you, they like, damn, he not built like that.
At home and keep it all online.
The full video here from Willie Mack is an absolute masterpiece on laying out every pathetic thing that Sneako has ever done, said, or everything ever. So I highly recommend checking it out. I'll put a link to it in the description. It's a banger. So, as you can see, the people he's confident in fighting are ones that he feels confident he'd win against. I'm 5'6". I think he's 6'1". So the height advantage he feels very confident with. And he has every reason to. He would probably beat me in a fight. But like I said, that doesn't change anything. Everything I've said is still true. You are a cuck, self-admitted, and you have defended cuties publicly, which, by more than just me, by many, is considered child porn. You're pathetic. Beating me in a fight doesn't change any of those facts. I've also been super vocal about how I don't want to fight. Like, I'm not afraid to say, like, I don't want to get hit in the head, right? Like, I'm afraid of taking headshots. It's probably a super normal fear to have, so I'm averse to going into a boxing match, especially one that's just a clout-driven spectacle like this that'd be completely fucking worthless. And I've been super open about that, which I'm sure you know since you keep saying that you've watched my content, so you probably know that I was never going to accept a fight in the first place. Especially since you're, like, significantly taller than me, right? Like, it wouldn't make any sense.
It makes sense from Sneako's point of view because he's taller than you and you're bitch made. You don't want to get hit, which means you're scared to fight, but also he has guns. He's not afraid to shoot a nigga. That's point blank serious. Shooting someone is different than getting hit in the fucking head. because I like that. I think that's why Charlie would never last as like in action movies, because he was in Hunger Games and he was like, "This is me in Hunger Games" all the time on some bullshit. But other than that, it's because you're a target. You're an easy target for him to just aim shots at, or just say, "Fight me," knowing that you'll never do it. Which, okay.
And even though you would probably beat me in a fight, you're certainly not beating me in like an aesthetic physique competition, because goddamn, I blow your ass out of the water. Look at this fucking anime character physique I'm rocking. Meanwhile, you're over here with that Abercrombie and Fitch from 1998.
Damn, that's gay.
Now,
damn, nigga, this is gay. This is gay as fuck. I get it's the fashion industry, but man, this is gay as fuck. Look at this hoochie mama looking ass nigga. You look like a bottom bitch. You look sus as fuck, boy. You look like a fuckboy's fuckboy. Oh no, a fuckboy's fuck toy. That's crazy, bro. What are you wearing on your... What is this? Nigga, what is... Bro. I don't like the fashion industry just for shit like this. They make you wear shit like this. It's ugly as hell.
Sneako's credit, he did start going to the gym recently. Maybe I inspired him, and you know what? That's great. I'm glad I could have a positive impact on your life like that, Sneako. Getting into the gym is a fantastic thing, and you're going to feel so much better. And I know you'll start seeing results soon as long as you keep at it. And then finally, our last exchange goes very similarly to the others. You're not special from the other 10 soy boys who say the same thing. If you got a problem, stop talking on the internet. Let's solve it. So I said, got your Discord still working on responses? Brother, I have no problem. You started it and I made fun of you in return. You're upset about publicly admitting to cuckoldry and get mad at me for bringing it up. You should be mad at yourself instead. Have some self-reflection. Which it's true. I don't have a problem. You literally started it, Sneako, and you even asked your audience to let me know everything you said and send me your clips. You actually asked for a response, and then got super upset when my response was a little too mean to your feelings. How is that not the ultimate cuckoldry? Like, even more so than your girl getting clapped by 1,000 men. How? Like, how can you, with a straight face, still call other people soy boys? I'm not kidding, I really didn't want to keep talking about you, but you won't stop talking and crying about me. It's sad. I understand you have a humiliation fetish, so hopefully this whole thing has helped you orgasm one more time from all of it. I don't think it's fun dunking on you, Sneako. I don't. And I'm certainly not canceling you, but you keep doing this. So you forced my hand to make fun of you again. But anyway, that's about it. See ya.
I hope Sneako just kind of shuts the fuck up, but knowing him, he won't. Charlie said everything I had to really look at in this video, and I've said everything automatically in this entire video, and as long as fuck. You're never gonna watch this. I personally don't care. Sneako, you'll never see this, so I personally don't give a fuck. Stop trying to fight niggas you bitch made. Point blank serious. Stop doing that. You not the same nigga that you was in New York. I can respect that. But Fresh and Fit, Andrew Tate, they've hyped you up to the point where you think you can do that. You think you about that. Personally, calm that down. You can fight. I respect it. I'm 5'9". You like what, 6'1"? Cool. Stop acting crazy for niggas that are my height. Slap the shit out of you. I think Charlie could slap the shit out of you. Personally. You, I've seen your pictures, bro. And you probably built differently now. That's respectable. But stop. Stop acting tough. Stop showing your guns. Stop. You looking bad for New York, but for Miami, you looking just right. Bitch made nigga. Perfect level of pussy. Keep that same energy. Go challenge Brandon Buckingham. Go get your ass beat. Go fight your enemy right there. He knows you want the smoke. Charlie don't want the smoke. Stop trying to transfer the smoke that you know you can't handle. And if you can't handle it, stay off the internet. Get out of the internet kitchen. Apologize to YouTube and go make some friendly content, because you know you're not about that. I've been making noise. I think I've woken up the people upstairs. I've been yelling for a good fucking minute. Personally, after this controversy, I can't wait to find out what next that Sneako is going to say. And this is the longest video I've made. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon notified. This is your boy Fat Man. Let me know what you think. Is Sneako in the right? Is Sneako in the wrong? Is Charlie just gonna make fun of him again? Because he probably fucking will. From me to you, remember to never give up, never surrender, and keep on grinding, and mad love. Peace. and I'm out. Don't you just love when bitch-made niggas think they tough? And they not? Pussy.
Shit. Getting on drum. You little niggas gonna stop acting like my shit ain't the grill. Some of you niggas get your front teeth for grills. And I ain't talking about the contract.
Ain't loving these fake hoes. Room smelling like 8 switches. Room service like 2K. NBA, I'm ballin', nigga. All them niggas fallin' like all them niggas. Talking shit, I saw them niggas. Now they daughter want a picture. Rough, ain't it? Fuck famous.
Yeah,
niggas too real, got the most haters. Wrote a story, so Stephen Curry. How it feel to be golden.